Hey, what's going on, Beowulf Nation? I'm Beowulf back at it with another video. So today's video is going to be some little mods to my 2019 Yamaha GP1800R. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Existing subscribers, I've said it a bunch of times, but hit the bell notification. You get notified as soon as a video is uploaded on my channel. All right, so let's get into this video. So as you can see here, in the colors of a 2019, they were this blue and yellow, or the other ones were red and black. I'm not really feeling the white bumpers with the ski as much anymore, because you can see you get little scuffs on here. It's kind of changes color. This thing doesn't even sit outside. It just gets dirty. You wash it, and it just isn't as bright white as the sides there. Now, I've been just on the fence about what I'm going to do. Originally, I was thinking about hydro dipping these black carbon fiber, which I'll say I might still do. But what happened earlier on is, like, see, you get little scuff marks kind of when you're docking and stuff. So the problem is, if you did the hydro dipping, you know, you see right here, a little, I think that's part of it, but you got little gouges here. It could get wrecked if you're painting these. It would look cool carbon fiber. But the really cool thing is you can just get the OEM ones. So like I said, the 2019 had these where the bumpers were black. So what I'm doing is replacing these. The cool thing is the front nose, I call it the duck bill. The duck bill on the GP is just bolts holding this in. Now the interesting thing, what I was doing, I was just feeling around here, is actually, if you look here, this bolt is loose on the hull. Now, I'm not sure if these are the bolts that are holding, I haven't really looked. They might be holding this in place. So they are loose. So you got two there. So this, I'm not sure if this is keeping the hull together, or it's just, this is, I think what these are is going through the hull and holding onto the front lip. So it's actually good on, check this out, and it's always worth on your ski just checking to make sure stuff can go loose. So I'm replacing this. This is pretty easy. It's just 4 bolts and you got it out. Now the only thing when it gets a little complicated to the rear, which I'm not sure why they did this, but these are all rivets on. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rivets. So I already have the rivets I need, the OEMs, Yamaha ones. The thing is, what I'll have to do is I'll have to drill out these, which I'll have to figure out what size drill I'm using to slightly drill it out. You don't want to make a bigger hole, but you just want it to break there so it comes off. So, and also a cool thing is these are replacing with OEM pieces. So this isn't like some aftermarket one. And I really think holding this up will really spice up of what this thing will look like instead of being all white in the front. The interesting thing too, which I wouldn't say I would never do, is there's different trim outside. So there's different ones you can get a color of the center, and this outer side are different. It's actually riveted on, and I think it comes loose once I pull off the front nose and the rear. This piece is like, I think it just slides in. I'm not really sure. I've never taken one apart. So down the road, if I wanted to pop out all these rivets going down the side, I could change to a different OEM bumpers. I'm still feeling the white down here. I don't think you could, it'd be hard hydro dipping such a large piece, and that it's flexible. I'm not sure if paint with that would really work. I'm not sure. I've never really asked them. But that's something down the road to change to something else. That's kind of where I'm like trying to get a baseline with it. There's gonna be another future video on changing the newer 2020 GP1800R graphics. And then I have to actually pull off this whole graphic soon because there's another Jettrim grip mod going in here that I actually have to pull the whole graphic off with doing that. And I have to sand down, but it's definitely gonna get some grip in here, and you can actually see is like when I wear my boots, pretty sure it's like you can tell where the imprint of it, and this thing going in there is gonna be really cool. But We'll start loosening this and we'll take off the front nose first, and I'll basically, this is a how to install this. So if you have a, you know, it doesn't have to be just a GP1800R. This is kind of be the same throughout all the newer Yamahas. You kind of research past years of your body style or newer ones, and you can pretty much customize all these. I do want to give a special thanks to Riva Racing. These are where I bought these from, and they hooked me up, and I didn't even have to leave my house to pick them up. And I've had these for a while. It's just been figuring out when the time I want to knock all this stuff out. So it's time to take these off. All right, so I got the front nose part off, and you can totally tell this looks like it just kind of pushes in of how this piece goes in and out. Before I put the nose back on, I'm not going to do that until I get to the rear, because I'm curious to see how this comes on and off. But you want to make sure you wipe this down really good. You can tell that there's some wear there. It's kind of maybe why that thing was loose. These go behind the back of the bumper for the center bolts. But that kind of gets you to see what it looks like without, I consider the duckbill. It definitely, the front of the ski looks different without having that bumper on there. Now the next step is figuring out the right size drill bit and then popping out these 6 rivets. All right, so got them pulled off. You actually had to, there's 2 bolts similar to like what the front is held on. The one other thing to get the last one on that side off, if you have a 2-place trailer, I'd unhook the straps, I loosen the front part tie down for the ski, and then just yanked her back as far as I needed to have enough room to drill out that rivet there. So then the next step is I could either start with the rear or the front. Like I figured this pushes out, which has to be a lot of work pushing it through, and that's how this thing comes in and out from what I'm guessing. Has to be a lot. I think it's a lot of work to get that on and off. But I already cleaned down the rear and the front, so all I have to do is just stick on the bumpers. So let's probably just start with the rear. If I'm going with the rear first, reverse step, and then what you want to do too is tighten down the bolts all the way before messing around with the rivets. You couldn't figure out, but I figured to share. You want to first install the left side first, because the right side, as you can see, it goes above that one. Figured to just give you guys a heads up if you didn't already know. All right, so I got all the rivets on, and actually last night when I was installing it, my rivet gun crapped out, so I had to go and actually pick up 2. I tried 2 different ones. Found this one's a little bit nicer with doing it. The other rivet gun I had is pretty old, and it did not work. And then I got these other 2, and I'll save them for another project. But yeah, it's unbelievable how putting this black, how much more it enhances the look of the ski. Now the next step is to install. See, I'm almost wondering if this would look cooler just being black and changing that out and get rid of the white and just be black. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm trying to figure out these colors of how I want to customize this thing. I mean, the white's nice being somewhat seen, but over time it's going to get dirty. But the black, really liking that. So the next step is install the duckbill on the front. So before tightening this down, you want to get the 2 nuts in the center on, and a hook in the bolt nut here and bolt nut there, and make sure everything is lined up before you start tightening anything up, so it's easier to get on, because it still wiggles with doing it. But man, wow, it really is changing the look of this thing. But man, I'll tell you, this really transformed what the ski looks like. Right now I'm actually charging up the battery. I haven't ridden this thing for Oh no, I'll take it back. I recently did ride it because I got the Sponsons done and then took it out before doing the seat. But right now I have these on my Amazon store, these trickle chargers. So it is charging the battery right now while I get ready to go riding. So it's fully charged. Even when you ride them quite frequent, you have to do that every time before riding that. I always keep a trickle charger, even on my Kawasaki SXR 1500. Right now I don't have one on, but I always kind of keep it charged up, especially before riding. I do not want to be out there, the battery's dead. And but it's crazy just how different these pieces really look. I mean, it's really shows. You probably could have one of those like Mr. Clean Magic erasers and keep this clean. I might hydro dip this. Like I said, with everything going on with the coronavirus, I mean, I don't even know what their schedule is doing work and stuff. I use Outlaw hydrographics. I mean, it'll look cool. The problems, it did get kind of, I remember bumping the dock somewhere before with it. So it is, I mean, I could sand it down and fix it up. I'll see. I might do it, and I still like the black though. But I really want to hydro dip this because there's this thing I got hydro dipped I'm selling. It's from the Sea-Doo, and if you guys saw it, you'll be like 100% telling me to be hydro dipping this stuff. But I ordered the black ones before getting any stuff hydro dipped, so I can always redo it. And but actually I like to see what this turns out like and what my plans are with doing, because it's pretty easy with doing the rivets, and that's probably like the only complicated thing. What's real hard taking it off. I wish it was like the front where it was just kind of these were all bolted on. Would make it a lot easier, but I guess they're thinking of all the weight that it might be taking. And especially all this, I just got it all dirty. And the drilling it out. So I'll throw this over there, and then I'll just leave it right there. And I'll show you guys the front nose. I mean, look at that. Totally transformed. Shout out to Jettrim. They're the best gear out there. They actually just sent me on a new wetsuit, and they sent me the signs. I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put it in the garage. And then here's the old original nose. It is just, it really transforms it. It just needs, what it needs is a little bit more black on the hood. These pieces are really easy to take off. So I was debating of like leaving this white because I had the graphics already on it, and then doing this up in carbon fiber trim. I might do is actually just rebuy the same pieces and then send it to them, so I'm not without having to ski riding with pieces missing. Originally I was thinking doing all this. Again, it's probably going to be some in the future down the road. I mean, you can obviously do pieces like this, and yeah, but it definitely really transformed this. It's just figuring out what to do with this, and trying to figure out once this whole coronavirus thing is narrowed down. I want to do a custom graphic. I told you guys I had to remove this one out for some future upgrade that I'm doing with some Jettrim stuff, and I have the seat off right now because it's getting charged. So actually I'm getting all ready. I've not ridden it yet with the new seat cover, with the new grippy seat. I cannot wait to ride this thing. I mean, everything all around is just crazy. But I'm going to just double check everything's tightened down too on the handlebar system before going out, because I haven't ridden it since I installed it. So it's just a lot. I have like new handlebars, a new seat, new custom bumpers. And cool to use going with the OEM stuff is it's like there's so much off the shelf stuff that you can customize with your Yamaha. And not so much I'd have to say with Sea-Doo, because Sea-Doo, they do have stuff in different colors, but I do like is how this is all black. That's the one thing I really like with the Sea-Doo, is like everything's blacked out except for a few pieces, and it definitely gives it that look. I just wish the bumpers were black, to be honest. So who knows, maybe I'll be down something down the road. It will be a very challenging process to do, and you probably would need 2 people just with keeping everything lined up and then trying to figure out how you pull this out, because it didn't seem like it really slid out. If you have to slide this whole thing through, it has to be pretty challenging with that. So maybe it'll be something in the off season of when I'm not ride as much with doing it. But definitely, I'm telling you guys, this thing is looking awesome. Just like I said, need a little black there. Comment in the video, what do you guys think? What should be you know, what off-the-shelf OEM pieces should we be changing colors? That's kind of why when I base the seat too, is being a little bit more neutral, where the seat has nothing to relate with anything else with the ski except for the snake skin theme, but I knew nothing was going to match. And it's kind of like I've done a video before of saying, it's like when you wear a real expensive suit and people have crazy socks. That's like basically it. Or like a real luxury car, like BWoody related stuff. That's kind of where I had this idea with the seat. Is the seat right here is totally race inspired. This is what racers use. And then the rest of this is just like straight out Gucci luxury, I guess. I mean, that's pretty much what I had the idea with it. And where it still gives it that luxury to it, and then the RXP-X has its like own thing. I guess I kind of based it off of what the colors of the ski. I knew purple and bright yellow would totally go. That's why I went that route. And then I did this. And originally when I was doing the hydro dipping, I was trying to figure out what pattern I'm going to do. And then I knew I was wanting to do, I did this. I knew I was doing this, but I didn't get this done yet before I did this. And I was like, well, that would look kind of cool, the snake skin. So, yeah. So this is the setup. Like I said before, if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Existing subscribers, hit the bell notification. You get notified as soon as a video is uploaded. I know a lot of people right now are stuck at home with the coronavirus. They don't have a lot to do. Definitely check out the different playlists on my channel too. It has tons of, like I have, oh man, I think it's over like almost 500 videos. So definitely if you're sitting around and you're binge watching, you want to see a lot of stuff, not just the newer stuff, watch some of the really old videos too, because I'll tell you, stuff has changed since I started this YouTube channel in mid part of 2017, and I'll definitely tell you the videos have changed from then to now. And I still keep I still have a majority of the original videos when I first started this channel, when it was not all jet ski related. So check it out. Also too, check out my second YouTube channel, Beowulf Nation. I'm going to be uploading videos on that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to that channel. That is all stuff non-jet ski related that I'm posting at. So it's car things. I just recently posted this new video about, I have an AFE exhaust on my Jeep SRT, and the exhaust like exploded from the inside. And I had issues where like the thing was having, I couldn't breathe driving the car. And then all of a sudden I checked the exhaust when I rotated the tires, and my bolt inside the muffler, it exploded. I did a whole video talking about that, and that's actually my second AFE exhaust system. Not a big fan of their stuff right now because of that, and it was definitely dangerous driving my vehicle where I couldn't breathe. That was like the big trip when, if you've seen the past video, when I went back to Illinois. I was real nervous about driving that car for so long because I had my dogs with myself, and I didn't want to be in there and getting lightheaded. And actually, majority of the drive, even when it was cold out, I had to keep a window cracked to have fresh air coming in the car. It was really aggravating. And the previous one I had, the exhaust, it broke from the outside and then cracked a hole outside the muffler, breaking off the hangers. So it was definitely, I've had not too good of luck. And there are two different exhaust systems that they sell for the Jeep SRT that had issues. So check out that channel, and I talk about coronavirus related stuff. And just, it's going to be a bunch of other stuff put on that channel. I just have tons of videos to upload, and make sure you check that out. And probably even when you see this, that video is like not probably the most recent video on that channel, Beowulf Nation. Also too, I have an Amazon store. That's where you can find cool stuff like that battery tender. That's amazon.com/shop/I'm Beowulf. I don't have any of the I'm Beowulf merch on right now, except for the hat. You can check that out too at IamBeowulf.com. That's all my merch is at, so make sure you guys check that out. Be driven to win, and remember, every day is Earth Day, and especially right now, never give up, never surrender. That's gonna be the new thing. Driven to win, but I tell you right now, it's never give up, never surrender. With everything going on in the world right now, I think that's like the saying I'm gonna be starting right now. So it's the end of the video. Getting ready, got to get out riding before it gets too late. So peace out, Beowulf Nation.